Update to possibly getting fired over dye stains on skin. Previous post is https www.reddit.com/r/antiwork/s/xjpasdas. So a few hours ago I got out of the meeting. I did read as many comments as possible and listen to everyone's opinions. I promised an update soon. I get to the meeting and despite all the listed issues only regarding hair dye stains. Sure enough, it was a laundry list of problems they had for me. The meeting consisted of 2 mid-level managers. One recently promoted. I was basically not able to plead my case at all in this meeting and I was talked over if I tried. They called it a performance review, and when I asked for further clarification on whether or not this was a disciplinary meeting, it went unanswered. In the meeting they told me that the hair dye stains, despite being accidental and lasting only 1 day, had caused them to review the dress code and what they deemed appropriate. Because as you guys pointed out, the dress code was extremely vague. No hair dye stains were added to the list, however they made a few other changes that they fully admitted were done solely because of me. The big change they've made to the dress code is no skirts. No skirts at all. Not knee length, ankle length, none. I am currently the only employee that chooses to wear skirts, and upon me being hired I double-checked that that would be okay. I've never received a verbal warning or write-up for my skirts. I asked if it was because of length, as I usually go for just above the knee, however it's not outlined in the dress code and they did not specify and went forth in banning skirts despite me being the only person that wears them. I don't own pants and informed them of this. They essentially said get some and told me they'd be providing me with a future uniform credit. They didn't even give me a write-up or make me sign anything, but they did attempt to make me sign the new uniform agreement, which I did not do because I don't own pants and I don't want to sign an agreement saying I have to wear them. This just seems ridiculous to me, especially since when I was called in for the meeting I was supposed to be getting a final warning write-up that I was never given. I also want to note that in this meeting they told me I would no longer be allowed to eat at the front desk. However, on my shift I am not permitted to clock out to take a 30-minute break, nor do I have anyone to cover me at the desk to step away to eat. They kinda said it last minute, so I wasn't able to process it. All in all, I'm confused. What they called me in for doesn't track with what the meeting ended up focusing on. And while not being fired is awesome, the way I was treated during this meeting made me feel horrible and like I did something wrong. I even asked about my performance work-wise during the meeting and they had no complaints. What's going to happen to me if I don't wear pants? Is it legal for them to force me to wear pants and not eat for 8 hours? Help, y'all. They want you to quit so that you can't file for unemployment. Don't fall for it. Email them and ask for a copy of the uniform agreement. Ask them if there is a form to fill out for the stipend. Ask if there is an employee handbook. And ask them how they want to handle your breaks from the front desk. You need their written response to these questions, not a call or in-person conversation. You are at the point where documentation is very important. Firmly insist on it. Yes, they can change the dress code at any time and make it a requirement for employment. However, if they decide that they want to fire you for not signing the form, make sure they actually do that. Ask them, am I fired? Are you going to terminate my employment? They have to say it. Don't make a mutual agreement with them that would allow them to dispute your unemployment claim. Edit. And don't sign an NDA or severance agreement. If they are firing you, you shouldn't sign anything no matter what they claim. If they offer a severance package, return to get feedback about that before signing. Also, the missing breaks open them up to legal issues. They have to provide a solution so that you have your break. You shouldn't eat at the front desk because that's not a break. Don't make the mistake of being accommodating over this issue. It's their problem to solve, not yours. Hotels are often owned by large corporations, which are typically conservative entities. Even if you work in a liberal, urban region, they will want employees to maintain a traditional hospitality business style so that customers have the same experience no matter where in the world they are. There is very little wiggle room for personal styles. Keep this in mind if you go for another hotel job. As a former front desk manager and graduate of HRTM, you need to find a new job. If you're doing night audit, believe me, there is a hotel that is currently hiring for that position, because it's the hardest to staff. If you're good with doing full-time, even better. When I was a FD manager, I would have killed to have someone like you apply for NA. Someone who shows up on time, is professional, courteous, and willing to do 5 nights a week? Hired. I would definitely brush up your resume and start applying elsewhere. This is just the beginning, and they might start nitpicking at you for other things. Not being allowed to take a lunch while working for 8 hours is illegal, I'm pretty sure. Dress code, I think that is something they can require. This sucks so bad and is probably super anxiety inducing. Hopefully you can find a better job soon, heart. Banning skirts? I mean, I've heard of ultra-conservative firms that require women to wear skirts but never the opposite. It feels like a total sham excuse. I feel for you. This sucks. But also, it's a front desk job at a hotel. Who FC King cares what these idiots think? If anything, I hope you're proud you caused them to institute a whole new dress code. I'm guessing that, like most of us, you can't afford to just quit before finding something else. But I hope that you feel empowered that they can't deal with your badassery while you tread water there as you look for something new. Honestly, I would think that if you are willing to work the night shift, show up reliably, and are basically pleasant, many hotels would be happy to have you. And yeah, in most localities you need to be allowed a lunch break. Mentioning your state's labor board might knock some sense into the powers that be at your hotel. Start looking for a new job. Consider looking outside your field of expertise. Places like casinos and racetracks are always hiring for positions that sound highly specialized, but really aren't. When sending them an email, make sure everything you say is stated as a fact. Number each item. Don't use any emotion. I was informed I'm not to leave the front desk for my mandated 30 minutes lunch break and cannot eat at my desk during my 8-hour shift. Is this correct? Quote. Document everything. Don't quit. If they want to get rid of you, they need to fire you. They've already decided that they will always have a problem with you. Get out ASAP. Chiming back in with the recommendation to find another job. Lock it down. But please keep it quiet, as I would expect them to try to sabotage you at a new position if they can do it. And then quit this dumpster fire of a place without any notice for them. And tell them that you have successfully removed the dyed skin from being their concern by quitting. Effective immediately. Fire. As far as the no skirt thing, okay, I could understand if it posed a safety risk, like in a factory or something along those lines. But for a desk job? I'm not saying you are religious, but there are a lot of religions where women do not wear pants. A no-skirt policy for a desk job, could that be taken as religious discrimination? Not saying it is with this case, but maybe it is. Wink wink. I think they may have seen your previous post rolling on the floor laughing. Targeted harassment is what this sounds like to me. Get out or lawyer up, or both. Breaks. You need to look up your state and possibly local labor laws. This is all that the Fed has to say. However, state and local are always able to add more stringent rules on top of the federal rules, and many do. https www.dal.gov/general/topic/workhorse/breaks. Except, are other employees allowed to clock out for breaks? See next item. Neutral policies. The new no skirts uniform IDK. I mean, lots of people here are saying that the employer can change their dress code, and that's true. But they also cannot make use of an ostensibly neutral policy to single out an employee if that singling out is based on their belonging to a protected category. https www.eoc.gov/prohibited employment policies practices. The laws enforced by EEOC prohibit an employer or other covered entity from using neutral employment policies and practices that have a disproportionately negative effect on applicants or employees of a protected category list. It's not, however, clear to me that them using a new neutral policy to discomfit an employee because they don't like the employee for non-protected category reasons is prohibited. But maybe there is a labor or civil rights attorney in your state who can give you some insight into this during a consultation. If one can get a consult with an actual attorney and not an intake staffer, often they will answer some questions like this for one. As a hotel manager myself, but not yours, please seek a new positional another hotel. As a hotel manager who dyes her hair and has come in with red or black stains on her own hands and arms on multiple occasions cause it's hard to do alone, I assure you, you will be valued elsewhere. As a hotel manager who also has her own visible piercings, one being my nose, please, for your own mental health, find a new job. To find someone like you who shows up, night audit, etc., you are worth so much more. They want you to quit. You're too sexy for skirts, girl! Exclamation mark. GIF. They can require you to wear pants as part of your employment. They can't require you to not get a break for 8 hours. I would ask for them to tell you how they want you to take your required 30-minute break if you cannot eat at the front desk. Ask for it in writing. That will put them on notice to not just pull something out of their ass. Get another audit job, it's easy to do. Sounds like you're getting harassed and targeted. I would consult with a lawyer to see what they think. If money is tight, contact 211. 211 might be able to hook you up with a job search program too. Or look up pro bono employment lawyers near me. A lot will give you 10-15 minutes to see if you have a case. As others have said, document, document, document. Make sure you screenshot it, print it, and put it in a drive. CYA always. I know this is completely beside the point and may sound a bit creepy, but I love you for not owning pants. As a male, I am really jealous of the many different options women can dress themselves, especially skirts. So, you do you and don't change for a stupid company. D.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Aircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.